Now we're ready to answer your question. Remember, a lot of marks are going for the purpose of your question. Are you answering what they ask? And to make sure that we do this structure is very important. This is a suggested structure for much of the Leaving Cert paper. This question is worth 15 marks. For that, you would be expected to restate the question. This single sentence summary of the question should form its own paragraph. It should be followed by 3 individual PQEs. Remember, P for point, Q for quote, and E for an explanation. One sentence is fine for both the P and the Q, but for the E, 2 or 3 may be required. Lastly, the final and 5th paragraph will summarize your points. So you list all of your P's that you've already stated and then link them back to the question. This is very important, remembering that 1 PQE is equal to 5 marks. Remember to write the name of the text, the section you're answering, and the question itself for each question. It can get confusing for examiners to know what you're answering on. As you can see, this answer that I've written as a sample answer is structured in this very way. We have a summary sentence that refers to the author, as we've mentioned in answering the question, and tells us the question again. Our second paragraph tells us our first point. So we have a 1-sentence point, we have a 1-sentence with a quote, so our evidence from the text, and we have another sentence that explains what this means in terms of the question. Our second paragraph does the same, as does our third, and then finally at the bottom we have a sentence that summarizes what we've said in answering the question. You should note that each point uses slightly different words. For example, mesmerizes, or inspired, or conveys her own fascination. Okay, this is important in showing that you have the language to be able to change up the words, and this is a very good way of getting marks. You should also note that we change how we introduce or talk about the author. So we talk about Belinda McKeown, we talk about the author, we talk she, and this is important as well for just changing our language. So that's it. Now you're ready to answer your comprehension questions.